It's been a couple of years since the U.S. Surgeon General declared a loneliness epidemic. But even now, y'all know living here can be isolating at times. Austin is full of friendly people. You just got to know how to find them. So today on CityCast Austin, I'm here with two local experts to talk about how to make friends. It's Wednesday, August 20th. I'm Nikki Devon, and this is what Austin's talking about. Okay, y'all, before we get into today's conversation, I want to ask you again about our CityCast Austin survey. Now, if you haven't taken it yet, I'm asking you to take 7 minutes after you listen to this episode, of course, to fill it out. So we're doing our annual listener survey, and it's the perfect way to help us figure out how to be better, what you like, what you don't like, what we should be doing, what we're doing great. We want to hear it all. Here's the thing, though. We know that your time is precious. So when you take the survey, you will also be eligible to win a $250 Visa gift card plus some cute CityCast Austin swag. So go to citycast.fm/survey. Make your girl look good. Take our survey. It's only 7 minutes long. I would really appreciate it. That's citycast.fm/survey. Hello, I am here with Aaron Knight, co-founder of Where Y'all At Though, and Elle Beecher, founder of The Boardwalks. So off top, whether people are introverts or extroverts, making friends is really hard, and you two are in the business of helping people make friends, especially as adults. People be struggling to make friends as adults. What is the number one, first off, mistake that you guys think people make when it comes to trying to make friends as an adult? Aaron, you want to go first?
Yes, and just for reference, I'm at a really wavy record shop, so you may hear some music in the background. This is actually the location of part of one of our events, Auntie's house, so it's my ground zero pretty often. But I think to answer your question, I think people overcomplicate making friends. You know what I'm saying? I think they overthink it when you get inside your head, and then it creates the anxiety. Um, as my therapist says, anxiety is an unhealthy relationship to time. So it's like you're anxious about like how they're gonna receive you, what they're gonna think about you, and it's like, yo, just say hi. You know what I'm saying? If they're weird, if they're not the vibes, then you'll know pretty quickly, and you can just go say hi to somebody else. But I'm from
Yeah.
a really wavy city, Atlanta, and people dress really well. So I learned how to get out of my head by just being like, I don't have to say hi or even have a deliberate thing to tell people. I could just compliment something that they're wearing or
Compliments.
their hair or something that they do. So that's how I always break the ice. I'm just like, I love your hat or love your hair or love your shoes or you smell good. And then just keep it moving from there.
Yeah, I routinely stop people on the street and oh my God, bitch, that dress. It's one of my favorite pastimes. What about you, Elle? How do you think people
Oh,
complicating
man.
it?
I love what Aaron said. I totally agree. And where I find people go the wrong way the most times is having way too high of expectations. I feel like people go to events saying to themselves, I gotta make a friend. And if you have that energy of attachment, it radiates off you like something I call energetic body odor. Literally, your energetic BO is stinking. And people can smell you and smell your desperation, and it drives everybody away. So what I find is that literally it's counterintuitive. If you want to make friends, go in there saying, I don't need anything from anybody. I don't need to go to this event and get anything. I'm literally just here to compliment people, like Aaron said, to give, to show up and say, how can I make somebody's day? How can I be interested in people? If you go in with that mindset, you will make friends no matter where you're at, even on the street.
I agree. So I want people to know, just in case they don't know, why y'all are the people that we talking to today. So Elle, we're going to start with you. Why don't you tell us what the Boardwalk is and how you be helping people meet each other and make friends?
Yes. Okay. So the Boardwalks is a 5-mile walk for deep conversations. Happens every Saturday at 8 in the morning. And we have been meeting every single Saturday for 3 years in a row. So over 160 times out there on that trail for 3 years, 2022. And people say that it is like the start here on the map when it comes to Austin. If you're somebody who's curious, somebody who loves depth, who likes that big talk, who doesn't like to get drowned out in the how's the weather 10 times this week, you come to the walk and it plugs you into people who love and crave depth and meaning. Before the walk, I never hosted an event in my life. But when I showed up that first day 3 years ago, 8 people joined and we just looked at each other. We're like, should we do this again? And then 3 years later, I literally showed up for every single week to that trail.
Look at that.
So that's a little bit about the walk.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Aaron, talk about where y'all at though.
Elle, I gotta come be with you. That sounds incredible. 8 a.m. is steep. It's steep for me.
Look, listen.
It's steep. That's super tight though, because like walking is a love language for me. I tell people that all the time. I walk every day by myself and I sit outside in the sun. I need it and it's like rejuvenating. So I gotta tap in with you. For me, where y'all at though is we call ourselves a community technology company. Community is the original technology. Shout out to Shaka from Dawa who came up with that term. And so our tagline is helping people find their people. So we're like the FUBU for people, for us, by us. We're like, hey, how can I feel more connected to my community? Me and my 2 business partners, Brandon and Lauren, are all transplants. So I'm from Atlanta, Lauren's from El Paso, and Brandon is from Shreveport. And so Brandon and I being from very Black cities as Black people, Lauren being Blaxican, as she says, a Black Latina, she's just like, and coming from a city that she's surrounded by people who speak her language, who look like her, coming to Austin, it's a very different experience. And we all love Austin because it's so weird, right? Like the keep Austin weird is exactly what attracted us to it. It's what kept us here. But you still want to find your people in the weirdness, you know? And so we were just like, how can we send out the bat signal to people? So we came up with a community calendar, and you can integrate it straight into your Google Calendar. And so we amplify all the Black and brown events that happen in the city every single day. So we have a really robust Instagram page that we post the screenshots of the Google Calendar on. We have a Google Calendar that you can subscribe to, and an email list as well. And then we also have 2 Hallmark events. So one is called Auntie's House, which we do right here at Pershing, which is a private members club. And Auntie's House is, we call it a home away from home. Well, that's what Austin is for a lot of people. You're a transplant. But my favorite place that I ever went when I was a kid was my auntie's house. My auntie's houses. Like all of my aunties made me feel like they were at home. My favorite thing that I've ever become was an auntie. I'm Auntie E. I love all my nieces and nephews. All my friends' kids call me Auntie E because I'm such a nurturer. So that's what our focal point is. We want people to feel nurtured and at home. And so Auntie's House is like a progressive party. It's open to your family. They open it up to us one day a month for people to come here. And so we have the front yard, which we do like all sorts of activities. And we have a living room. We're now starting to do a juke jam over here at Sunshine Vinyl. So it's a really cool experience. And then our second offering is called Whereabouts. It's our way to highlight Black and brown businesses. Its tagline is we drop a pin where you get in. We drop a pin. We have a DJ pop up at a Black or brown establishment, whether it be a convenience store or a restaurant, and they DJ a 1-hour set. Inevitably, people show up late. So as we're packing up stuff, everybody's like, wait, where are y'all going? We're like, no, it's just a 1-hour event. But they stay and they patronize the business. So on those days, we've seen people's sales greatly accelerate. And so that's a way that we get to highlight new businesses. We get to let new DJs try out, different things, kind of like an open decks, open format situation. But then it also gives people space to feel really seen and excited about new things that they may have not known about in the city.
I love that this is happening. So I'm born and raised on East Austin, and I forget often how many transplants there are in this city and how large this city is now. So I love that there are all these specialized and intentional approaches to get people just to, one, have real conversations. So along those lines, in 2023, the U.S. Surgeon General published an advisory on our epidemic of loneliness and isolation. So I'm curious if y'all think that things have gotten better or worse since then when it comes to just loneliness and isolation in Austin, since y'all are just kind of there on the ground. What do y'all think?
It's been really interesting. I started the walk back in 2022. And so it was kind of still a foot in the door of COVID, social distancing, masks. Some people came and they actually did all of those things on the walk. And so I've gone through this arc of like watching on a weekly basis how people show up in a social space, in this actually the same exact social space. The most interesting thing for me is that I find people are putting themselves out there more, but they don't have the social skills to actually connect.
Okay.
And so I call this social atrophy. I have noticed after 3 years of hosting this event that more people are trying. However, they've lost the core ability to show up with no expectations, to put themselves in the position of, I don't need anything from anyone. And I'm here just to be present, have fun, experience the moment. People have lost the ability to be chill, if I'm being completely honest. So we're in a chill epidemic. I coach people on this. Literally, I call it social confidence coaching. This is a massive thing right now. More people are trying and more people are failing. And it's okay. No judgment. I love the effort, but these core tenets of like, what is it like to show up in a space? What is it like to be social? What is it like to be a good friend, a good community member? All of these aspects and identities have atrophied so much from what I've seen. But I'd love, Erin, to know if you noticed that too.
Wow.
For sure. That is so cool to hear about your work because I get hired to come in and teach people how to build experiences. You know, like how can your meetings be more effective? You know, design thinking, human-centered design, those are all buzzwords now, but these are things that I learned at my core, being at my auntie's house, being with my parents who are pastors and they're like trying to lead and nurture a church. All that I'm doing is building frameworks. So like, I 100% agree with you. People don't have the social skills. They may tell you something nice or they may say hi, but then they can't carry a conversation. So then it goes to the weather. And as much as I love people, I tend to be a lot more introverted. So I can talk to new people. I just don't want to be in front of the audience in a loud room talking. I don't want to service 100 different conversations. I want to be in the corner of the party talking to two people for an hour and a half, deep diving about our childhood trauma and and why a
the inner child work.
Yeah, and why a cortado is better than a latte on any day of the week. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be talking about flavor and emotion and movement and pathology. And people are like, oh, that's a cool shirt. Like, please, let's start here. But then I'm going to tell you why I'm wearing this shirt and the textures that it is, or like why the colors matter to me. And when you get that glazed over look, I'm like, you're not my people. Yeah, I completely agree with you. There's a ton of atrophy and people need help. It's like a muscle that you have to work. So I'm trying to give people as many opportunities to work that muscle.
I love this because y'all are coming at the exact same issue in different ways.
Yes.
And this is great. Austin is such an interesting city because we are friendly at our core. But along this social atrophy line, I'm recognizing that in addition to having a hard time just having conversations, people are having a hard time with just simple interactions. Do you have any kind of like, I don't want to use the word rules of engagement, but do you have any kind of like, this is Auntie's house and here, this is what we do, or this is the boardwalks. And at the boardwalks, this is why this is easy. This is what we do. It's like, how do you let people know I have given it all to you? Like I've laid it all out for you. All you got to do is come and vibe and feel it and be in it. How do you guys get that across?
So at the walks, literally every part of the walk is intentionally designed to not only bring in the right people, but keep out the wrong people. I love people who love depth. I like people who realize, you know what, Saturday, 8 a.m., that's going to be a tough swing. I'm going to have to plan for that. I'm going to have to be intentional about what I do on Friday to make it out on Saturday. And that's my person. So it's almost like, you hear how they make service members like Marines bond is by going through really tough experiences. For me, it's showing up at 8 a.m. on a Saturday. That's my version of the Marines bond. Everybody's here looking around like, okay, you crazy people all showed up, so we're going to have a great time. When you get there, the host gives a speech. Now, this is going to sound a little nutty. And the host goes in the middle of the circle and they give a speech that goes anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. And it's like Willy Wonka twirling around. It's an experience. It goes over all the rules. So when you said, Nikki, what are there rules here? Oh yeah, there are rules here. And every single week, no matter if you're here for the first time or over 100 times, the average person on the walk comes over 40 times, which is insane.
Wow.
Their
Wow.
attention's wild. But anyway, you have a speech. Be curious, make way for two-way flow. So be aware of, are you listening as much as you're speaking? And how can we practice that? So it's all about awareness, right?
Yeah.
Number 2 is float with purpose. So the walk is unstructured. So you literally get on there, you choose your own adventure. If you talk to one person the whole time, that's on you. If you talk to 10 people, that's on you. It all depends on how you navigate the experience and you lovingly and confidently say, hey, it was a great conversation. I so hope that we can connect later, but I'm going to float away now. And so teaching people to build those social boundaries.
It's okay to step away. Yeah.
It's okay to step away. And that also serves you at Erin's events. That serves you at mine event. That serves you everywhere. It's hard to leave conversations and to do these things. So you help people build it literally at the event. The third rule is the safety rule. We got like hundreds of people out on this trail. So we stay to the right in groups of 3 or fewer. The fourth rule is the most important. No selling, promoting, or dating. Oh no dating on this walk. And you would be, oh boy.
I love that. I love that.
The stories I could tell you. I won't
I
because
love that.
people be put on blast, but that is in the rules. And so people literally,
Okay.
this is why they're designed this way. I'm sure Erin probably has something similar or has thought about this.
Wow.
This makes so much sense because you want people bringing their full real self to this, not the version you want people to perceive. So if you're out here to
Right.
date, you don't get to really know people or let people really know you, especially because you're walking, which is why I walk every day. You're getting the bilateral stimulation. If you're trying to mask while you're doing bilateral stimulation, then you're actually freezing your brain. That's why a lot of CEOs walk while they talk, because it helps unlock your greatest creative self and connect it to your business mind. So it's like, we don't have stated rules. Okay. Occasionally we'll drop rules, but I have a no asshole policy, right? When we walk in a room, you make eye contact. That's an unspoken agreement in our community. We notice each other. If you ever walk into a room that's not a lot of Black people and you see another Black person enter, everybody will look
Yep.
up. Everybody will give a quick head nod or tilt. So that's what we work
Yeah.
off of at all of our events. Like, that's why I say with a FUBU, for us, we're helping you find your people. And I say this, I want to say this like as a preference because my company is centered around making safe places for Black people, but it's not exclusionary because I come from a city that everybody is everybody. But
Mhm.
white culture has told us that you're not significant unless you have a certain status or a certain amount of
Mhm.
money. And so then when we're trying to chase the American dream, we've shed our culture of noticing, seeing, empathizing, caring about each other. And so there are agreements when you walk into Auntie's house for sure. And I get on stage every time. The last time I said, who came here by yourself? Like 30% of the room. So I said, so then I went around. I said, okay, you see, if you've been here before, go talk to some, kind of like you do in church. And then I walked
In
up.
church. Yeah,
and
I was
I'm
just
like,
about to say that. Yeah.
Yep.
You're a guide in this experience. You're a guide to something new for people that are coming to be a part of your event. So right now, Austin is skewing, and I'm putting this in heavy quotations, young, right? The median age is 34 and a half. About 43% of the population is between 18 and 44, right? We are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And in that growth, I think that sometimes there is a bit of siloing that can happen, right? So for me personally, because of gentrification, I grew up on the east side. Because of gentrification, a lot of Black people have been forced to move north, like Round Rock, Pflugerville. Anytime I'm anywhere and I see a Black person, I'm like, hello, where did you come from? My privilege as a large Black woman is that I am a large Black woman, and there are few places off limits to me. There just are. Part of the gift and the curse of being a larger Black woman is that people are immediately almost endeared to you. I do not have a problem moving through spaces, and I have never had a problem moving through spaces from 18 to 44. There's never been a problem, but I'm curious what advice you would give to someone, anyone, whether they just got here or whether they're like me and they've been here forever, in that range, what advice do you give them? Everybody can't be the person that goes up and be like, hello, Black friend, where'd you come from? Everybody can't do that.
I would say that if you are in a place of transition, so either you moved here or you want a new friend group, you feel like you're outgrowing your space and you want to change it up, the best advice I would give you is to look at your social life like an experiment, like legitimately see yourself as a scientist and see every event you go to as a chance to learn, to grow, and to find out who you are. And let the environment reflect you back to you. Because if you show up to an event with a learner's mindset, you literally cannot lose. You will not have your expectations not met because you don't have any expectations. And you walk away with something, and that is knowing who you are a little bit more, knowing what you like, knowing what you don't like, knowing who you like and don't like. Let your social life reveal your truest and deepest desires. You can go to an event every week, every month, and you can literally go in saying, hey, how did I feel? Did I feel safe? Did I feel like somebody cared? Instead of, did I make a friend? Did I get somebody's number? Did I exchange Instagrams? Replace the vanity metric with like the true depth metric of, did I feel seen in this space?
Ooh.
I think so many people out of fear hold themselves in spaces that do not fit them. And so if I'm in spaces where I don't really feel like I can be myself, there is a mismatch, there's an incoherence happening. And it's up to you to say, you know what? I have all the power. I create this reality. I go into this event, I pay attention, I notice how I feel. If I'm not feeling good, I'll never come back here again, but I'm going to try again next week. And that's the best piece of advice I would give is like remove any importance or expectation on what your social life should look like and explore.
This vanity metric, I love that. Like showing up with like, okay, let's see what I find out versus I'm going to get a number. I think that's a lot of what people do after social situations. They get home and they're like, well, shit, I didn't make any friends. I didn't get anybody's contact info. You can apply this towards networking too, even. Like you can apply this across the board. What about you, Erin?
Elle, you're a genius. I just want to say, and it's like...
Listen, she got me wanting to get up at 6 o'clock to go on this little walk at 8 o'clock.
This is the thing. I'm like, I talk to a lot of like heady people super often, like intellectuals, you know what I'm saying? And it's like one thing to have the understanding or even the head knowledge with some lived experience. It's a whole nother thing to have the embodied understanding. And it's so evident that you have that embodied understanding. Not just I curate events and I understand the science around it. It's like we gotta meet Elle like in person. I'm so encouraged by
Yes,
I love
you're
it.
so dope.
Thank you, Erin.
I forgot the question. I'm gonna be honest. What is the? I'm just over here like vibing on how incredible y'all are humans. You know
I just made a whole note that says vanity metric. Like I got notes over here on the side that I'm taking from both of y'all. I was just asking like advice for anybody other than coming to your events, coming to Auntie's house, advice for anybody of any age moving around Austin, trying to make friends and meet new people.
Okay, so in the words of Yoda, but I feel like I always butcher it, there is no try, essentially. Like you either do or you don't, right? The reason that you don't is because you haven't done it with yourself. Like, let's be real, going out to find friends a lot of times is just a stopgap or like a filler for you not having that mirror up to yourself. So a lot of times the issue is that you haven't been real with yourself, you haven't felt yourself, you haven't spent time with yourself, you haven't been silent with yourself, you hadn't had conversations with yourself. So you're going out and you're like, well, I didn't really like that person. Or you go out with somebody like serial daters. I don't understand, respect to y'all, but I don't think that there's that many quality people that can match me. Like I'm not giving that to like, respect to our brothers out here. I love y'all so much, but there are not that many quality men in Austin for me to just be serially dating. Like respect to y'all, but it's because of not enough people are sitting by themselves, right? And so I want to just encourage people that before you're saying, how can I go out and make friends? I'm saying go in and make friends. Like be a friend to yourself. identify the things that you love about yourself. Like, I think a lot of times people go out to find friends because they need somebody to tell them how incredible they are. And it's like, man, tell yourself and really believe it. Like, hey, go on a walk by yourself before you pull up at the pier. And then when you pull up, just be like, you know what? I'm trying to figure out how to love myself and have a better conversation. Maybe that's where you start your conversation, with a little bit of openness and a little bit of vulnerability. You don't have to trauma dump on people, but a lot of times you don't have nothing to talk about because you ain't really been open with nobody, and you haven't been open with yourself. I love people and I want people to thrive, but I don't want anybody to thrive more than I want me to thrive. And that took a long time for me to even get there. Get to know yourself. That's the everything that you think you want or need from somebody else, give it to yourself first. If you enjoy yourself, others will always enjoy you. Like, I love weirdos. That's why I love Austin. People who are actually weird, not like LA weird, like I'm trying to be weird so you think I'm cool. Like, I like when people are just themselves.
We are
and
full
Austin
of
is,
weirdos.
yeah, I'm like, what? That's my safe place. So find your weird, figure out your freak, as they say, and like live with that.
I love it. Someone asked me this the other day. Everybody was having small talk and, she said, so what are you doing right now that you're excited about? And I was like, I had to and it was so funny. We both just sat in this really awkward moment. Because I was like, I know I'm excited about stuff. You just took me off guard. I thought you were going to ask me about the weather. So my only advice is sit in those awkward moments. It's okay. There's sweetness in it.
This is one of my biggest pieces of advice. Speak it out loud. Literally say, I'm feeling a little awkward and I'm feeling a little out of place. Sorry if I'm being weird. That creates so much intimacy because you're letting someone into your honest inner world. And that is what actually makes people break the barrier. So literally just say, I'm nervous. And then guess what? Now you change your state, because what you state out loud will shift. And now your whole energy will transform. You will open up, and then all the nerves, because emotion is just energy in motion, right? So it's like you speak what you're feeling, then it goes, it changes, it shifts, and now you're more open, you're more relaxed.
Austin is friendly. We're big, we're weird, we're vast. I'm excited about what both of you are doing. I cannot wait to see what happens after the two of you meet and get together, because I just
we gotta collab on something
big.
I want to start the walks in Atlanta because I still live between Austin and Atlanta, so like that would be
That's
wild.
Awesome. You're not gonna believe it. I actually got a DM from someone today from Atlanta who wants to host the walk. Let's go. I love it.
This has been wonderful. Thank you, Erin. Thank you, Elle, so much for being here. This has probably been one of my favorite conversations in recent memory. I love talking to intentional, mindful people that teach me things, and I have spent this entire time learning from you, so it has been a pleasure. And when I'm at the next Where Y'all At, though, I am absolutely going to come and find you, Erin. I'm absolutely going to come find you and be like, I'm over here. And Elle, do not be surprised when you see me at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. looking a mess. Looking a mess.
It would be a badge of honor.
Nikki, please come find me. Yeah. I feel like we need to start a podcast on connection. Us just having conversations. Like, you are so dope. Like, you're dope.
Thank you. You too. I love this conversation. You guys are both amazing. Thank you for having me. This was so electric, and I just love both of your energy so much. This is awesome.
Thanks, y'all. Thank you so much. Okay, before we go, here's a little midweek mood boost for you. Students at 76 Austin ISD elementary, middle, and high schools will get free breakfast and lunch during the 2025-2026 school year. The meals are provided through the Community Eligibility Provision, which is like this federally funded program that provides free food to schools in low-income areas. But the good news is that families don't need to submit an application or prove their documentation status. The executive director of Food and Warehouse Operations at AISD said that the school-wide aspect of the program reduces the stigma surrounding kids who do get free meals and those who don't. It also ensures that everyone has enough to eat to succeed in school. So there's a list of schools that are getting these free meals on AISD's website. But don't worry, those students that go to schools that aren't a part of this program can apply for free or reduced lunches at any point throughout the year. So shout out to AISD for keeping our kiddos fed. That's all for today here on CityCast Austin. You can find links to where y'all at, though, and the boardwalks in our show notes. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend that you want to go on a walk with? Rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Austin newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye, y'all.